The day that would challenge the foundation of my understanding began in the most unremarkable way. For years, I had been deeply embedded within the complex framework of NASA, where my life revolved around the meticulous decoding of data and the management of intricate communication networks for a series of daring space expeditions. I found myself part of a dedicated team assigned to a mission that had been at the center of heated debates, known officially as Echo 1, although within the confines of our office, we often referred to it more colloquially as Echo 1. This mission's chief aim was to unravel the cryptic mysteries surrounding the 784A signal, an enigmatic series of pulsating rhythms and seemingly sporadic shifts that had left even our most brilliant scientists puzzled for quite some time. Our directive was singular. Echo 1 was to be the beacon that would illuminate the secrets of this celestial conundrum. In the harsh winter of February 2023, our mission confronted an unexpected and fearsome twist, a malfunction or anomaly, as technical reports officially described it, that would irreversibly widen our perception of the possible. The seasoned crew aboard the Echo 1, a trio of astronauts whose knowledge and experience were unmatched, disappeared into thin air, leaving behind a cavernous silence. Our once dependable data streams fell abruptly silent. The comforting hum of ongoing transmissions was replaced by a void. The communications we counted on as our lifeline to their distant spacecraft were suddenly ruptured. It was as though Echo 1 had been swallowed whole by the unending void of space. With a swelling tide of fear and anxiety threatening to overwhelm us, we labored tirelessly, racing against time in an attempt to restore any kind of connection. We scrutinized every bit of data obtained before the blackout as if they were cryptic inscriptions from a distant, unknown world. As days slipped by, each one longer and more agonizing than the last, an almost miraculous event occurred. A reconnection was established. It felt as if a dimly lit bulb had been reignited, bringing the visual feeds gradually back to life. There they were, Commander Lewis, Specialist Walker, and Pilot Kim, apparently untouched by their week-long lapse into silence. However, an uneasy feeling permeated the air. It was dense and unyielding, like a fog slowly creeping in as night falls. There was an oddity in their speech, a monotonal drone that stood starkly against their previously lively exchanges. Their movements, while seemingly familiar, were marked by a peculiar stiffness. It appeared as though they were relearning the art of human articulation. Initially, we passed it off to the exhaustive nature of their mission and the extended period of isolation from Earth, but a growing sense of dread began to creep into my thoughts, persistently nibbling at the edges. In the ensuing days, as I meticulously reviewed their communication logs, a pattern began to materialize, a series of anomalous audio blips, faint echoes hiding at the boundaries of human auditory perception. These were fragmented echoes matching the unique signature of the enigma that was the 784A signal. Like puppets guided by unseen strings, the truth behind the unfathomable journey of Echo 1 began to reveal itself during our scripted video discussions. Their deliberate avoidance of eye contact, silences that stretched painfully between words, and their cryptic comments about shadows and the stars slipped into our exchanges like uninvited phantoms. Their talks felt scripted, a haunting reenactment of a familiar story, yet missing the warmth and spontaneity of genuine human experience. The tapestry of intrigue was woven tighter with yet another jarring revelation. Unmanned aerial drones sighted the Echo 1 spacecraft resting serenely in the murky depths of the Pacific Ocean. The craft, seemingly whole and untouched, lay like a serene monument amidst the chaotic whirlpool of the mystery. What awaited us as we navigated submersibles to examine it further was the stuff of nightmares. Inside the craft were the bodies, the original crew of Echo 1, preserved with an unnerving precision as though enveloped in a temporal stasis. The subsequent DNA verification of their identities was both baffling and undeniable. Each body was a perfect match to the crew that had mysteriously reappeared: Commander Lewis, Specialist Walker, and Pilot Kim. This revelation shattered the accepted laws of our reality. How could they possibly be present on Earth, alive, when they lay lifeless beneath the ocean waves? Our investigation intensified, spiraling into a desperate flurry of activity. Each passing day was consumed by the relentless task of piecing together the expanding and ominous puzzle. I dove deeper into their mission logs, systematically tracing the anomaly back through recorded time. Amidst the chaos, I stumbled upon fragmented data sequences, audio distorted almost beyond recognition, and video fraught with glitches, woven through with cryptic echoes. Hidden within the phonic chaos were sounds, eerie and otherworldly, that rose and fell, forming an unearthly symphony that entranced and terrified. The distorted video segments briefly revealed bizarre phenomena, inviting specters waltzing around the vessel, ephemeral disturbances in the folds of space, and then an abrupt surge of oppressive static. Each uncovered piece added detail to the growing tapestry of terror, painting a conclusion too frightening to easily accept. These figures who returned to us were not our astronauts. They were shadows, perfectly crafted doppelgangers. This chilling deduction rooted itself within my consciousness, feeding the pervasive fear of replacements so cunningly precise as to deceive our very senses. The internal struggle within me neared a breaking point. To voice my suspicions could risk everything, not just my career, but possibly my safety and future. Nonetheless, each day, I discreetly hinted at my unease to trusted colleagues, yearning to cultivate awareness without directly implicating myself. Yet, the atmosphere grew heavier with anticipation and hushed fear. One unsettling evening, I almost collided with Specialist Walker, or rather, the double masquerading as him, on my way out. Our eyes met briefly, and the chill that surged through me was instantaneous. His once spirited gaze reflected a deep void, cold and endless. A strange pressure wrapped around my chest, like invisible cords tightening with every breath. The encounter solidified my determination. The lies had to be confronted, the truth must come to light no matter the potential cost. I arranged a meeting under the guise of conducting routine health examinations, armed with the anomalies I had painstakingly compiled. As I began to reveal my discoveries, their reaction, or rather, the stark absence of it, was chilling, a detached indifference so profound it felt inhuman, marked only by a clinical curiosity befitting an observer of trivial oddities. In haunting synchrony, their voices melded into one, acknowledging the truth, demolishing the fragile veneer of reality to which I had desperately clung. "We are echoes," they confirmed, delineating their story with unsettling clarity. "We have absorbed knowledge from the signal, from the void lurking between the stars. We have crossed the limits." Their confession twisted and contorted in my mind. I fled the room, overwhelmed by numbness and terror. What nightmarish force had replaced our colleagues, borrowing their skin and memories as its own disguise? Returning to NASA was no longer an option while these masquerades held influence. I embarked on a solitary quest, gathering evidence diligently and hiding it in secure locations. However, NASA's authority was vast and unforgiving. It was only a matter of days before agents appeared at my doorstep. They severed all my connections, froze my accounts, and processed my resignation with chilling efficiency. With options narrowed to nothing, I vanished into obscurity, severing ties with family and friends, erasing every semblance of my previous existence. Yet, I write these words now to serve as a warning to those still entangled in the web of discovery. NASA persists in its operations. The echoes linger among us, observing, learning, perhaps plotting to extend their reach. Remember this account, echoes beyond the stars, for there may come a time when you find yourself facing them. Trust in the instincts that bind our common humanity, heed the discordance in hidden shadows or deep waters, lest we unknowingly tread closer to the edge of a profound abyss. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. I remember vividly the creaking floors and the ever-present scent of lavender that seemed to linger perpetually in my grandmother's house. Each step on those floors was like a gentle reminder of the years that had passed, the stories that had unfolded within those walls. It was a quaint little cottage, nestled comfortably in a sleepy town that seemed to have forgotten the rest of the world existed. The town itself was a relic of the past, with cobblestone streets and old brick buildings that whispered tales of bygone eras. The house was a place of comfort and warmth, a sanctuary where time seemed to stand still and worries melted away like snowflakes on a warm window pane. My grandmother, a sprightly woman with a thick Irish accent that sang like a melody, was the heart and soul of that home. Her laughter was infectious, her stories captivating, and her presence a balm to the soul. She had immigrated from Ireland many years ago, bringing with her the warmth and rich traditions of her homeland, which she cherished deeply. Her tales of the rolling green hills and misty mornings of Ireland painted vivid pictures in my mind, filling me with a longing for a place I had never seen. Unbeknownst to me at the time, she also carried with her a dark secret, one that would eventually reveal itself in the most unsettling of ways, casting a long shadow over our peaceful lives. Life with her was a series of comforting routines: morning tea with biscuits, afternoon walks through the lush garden, and evenings spent by the crackling fire, sharing stories and laughter that echoed through the cozy rooms. Each day was a tapestry woven with love and tradition, a rhythm that brought comfort and joy. The garden was her pride and joy, a riot of colors and scents that seemed to bloom eternally. The rhythm of our days was soothing, a gentle cadence that lulled me into a sense of security and belonging, a feeling as comforting as a soft, warm blanket. Yet, there was one ritual that always stood out, one that I couldn't quite understand, no matter how hard I tried to decipher its meaning. Every night, as the clock struck midnight, she would light a single candle and murmur words in Irish, her voice a soft chant that echoed through the walls, filling the house with an air of mystery and intrigue. The candlelight flickered like a living entity, casting shadows that danced across the walls, adding to the enigma of the moment. It was a ritual that seemed both ancient and mysterious, and I was never allowed to watch. Curiosity often got the better of me, and I'd find myself peeking through the keyhole, trying to decipher the mystery of her midnight vigil, wondering what secrets lay hidden behind those closed doors, what ancient truths were being whispered into the night. It was during one of those clandestine observations that I first noticed something was amiss. Her shadow, cast by the flickering candlelight, seemed to move independently, stretching and contorting in ways that defied logic and reason, as if it had a life of its own. It was as if another presence lurked within her shadow, something that was not quite human, something otherworldly and unsettling. The sight sent a chill down my spine, and I pulled away from the keyhole, my heart racing with fear and confusion, my mind struggling to comprehend what I had just witnessed. The room seemed to close in on me, the air thick with an unspoken tension that pressed down like a weight. I wanted to ask her about it, to understand what I had seen, but something held me back. Perhaps it was the fear of disrupting the fragile balance of our lives, or maybe it was the unspoken understanding that some things were better left unexplored, hidden in the shadows where they belonged, undisturbed by the light of day. "Not," she would whisper, her voice tinged with fear and urgency, her eyes wide with a knowing that I could not fathom. "Not today." The word seemed to hold a power, a warning of something lurking just beyond the veil of reality, waiting to pounce and shatter our world. It was as if the word itself was a talisman, a protective charm against the unknown. I didn't understand what not meant, but the word haunted me. It lingered in my mind, a shadowy presence that refused to be ignored, gnawing at the edges of my consciousness, demanding attention and understanding. I found myself repeating it under my breath, as if trying to unlock its secrets, to understand the depth of its meaning and the weight it carried, hoping that somehow the repetition would reveal its mysteries to me. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room, I found myself alone in the house. My grandmother had gone to town, leaving me with strict instructions to stay indoors and keep the doors locked, an unusual request that filled me with unease. The house, usually filled with warmth and laughter, felt different in her absence, the silence stretching like a living thing. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows, and I could feel the chill of unease settling in my bones, a coldness that seemed to seep into my very soul. The house seemed different without her presence, the familiar rooms suddenly foreign and filled with shadows that seemed to move and whisper secrets I couldn't comprehend, secrets that danced just out of reach. That's when I saw it. A figure standing at the end of the hallway, shrouded in darkness. It looked like my grandmother, but there was something off. Her eyes were vacant, her smile too wide, too forced, as if someone had taken her likeness and twisted it into something grotesque and unnatural. The sight was both familiar and alien, a distortion of the woman I loved. I blinked, and she was gone, leaving only the echo of her presence in the empty hall, a haunting reminder of the encounter that left me shaken, my mind racing with questions and fears, my heart pounding in my chest like a drum. Panic surged through me, and I rushed to the living room, hoping to find solace in the familiar surroundings, in the warmth of the fire and the comforting embrace of the old armchair. But the shadows seemed to close in, whispering secrets I couldn't comprehend, filling the room with an oppressive sense of dread that pressed down on me like a weight. I felt a presence, an entity that was both there and not there, watching me with unseen eyes, waiting for the right moment to strike, to reveal itself and its intentions. It was as if the house itself had come alive, the walls closing in around me, suffocating me with their silent whispers, their unspoken truths. When my grandmother returned, I hesitated to tell her what I had seen. But she seemed to know, her eyes scanning the room with a wariness that spoke of years of vigilance and experience, of battles fought in the shadows. Her gaze was sharp, penetrating, as if she could see the very essence of the room. She hugged me tightly, whispering words of comfort, yet I could sense the underlying tension in her voice, the fear that lurked beneath her calm exterior. It was as if she was battling an unseen force, one that threatened to consume us both, to drag us into the shadows where it dwelled, waiting for the moment to strike. "Not as here," she said, her voice barely audible, a mere whisper in the darkness, her eyes filled with a knowledge that I could not grasp. "It mimics, it deceives. But we must not let it in." Her words were a warning, a plea for vigilance and strength, a reminder of the danger that lurked just beyond the edge of our perception, waiting to pounce. I nodded, determined to stand by her side, even as fear gnawed at my insides, threatening to overwhelm me, to pull me into the abyss. As days turned into weeks, the presence of Nat became more pronounced, more insistent, more real. It was as if the very air was charged with its presence, a constant reminder of the unseen battle we were waging. I would catch glimpses of it in mirrors, hear its footsteps echoing mine, feel its breath on the back of my neck, a constant reminder of its presence. It was as if it was trying to seep into our world, to become a part of our lives, to consume everything we held dear, to take from us the light and warmth that we cherished. My grandmother's rituals grew more intense, her chants louder, more desperate, as she fought to keep the darkness at bay, to hold back the tide of shadows that threatened to engulf us. The rituals, once a source of mystery, became a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. I joined her, hoping that together we could keep the darkness at bay, that our combined strength would be enough to ward off the encroaching shadows. But night was relentless, its hunger palpable. It seemed to feed off our fear, growing stronger with each passing day, its presence an ever-looming threat that hung over us like a storm cloud. One night, as I lay in bed, I heard a soft knock on my door. My grandmother's voice called out, but something in me knew it wasn't her. There was a hollowness to the sound, a lack of warmth that set my nerves on edge, sending shivers down my spine, filling me with dread. I stayed silent, clutching the blankets as if they could protect me from the malevolent force lurking outside, praying for it to go away, for the nightmare to end, for the dawn to bring light and safety. The door creaked open, and I saw her silhouette, or rather, the thing that wore her shape. It smiled at me, a grotesque parody of my grandmother's warmth, its eyes empty and soulless, its presence a mockery of the love and comfort I had known. The sight was both terrifying and heart-wrenching, a distortion of everything I held dear. I squeezed my eyes shut, praying for it to go away, for the nightmare to end, for the morning light to chase away the shadows, to bring with it the safety and warmth of a new day. When I opened them again, the room was empty, but the sense of dread lingered, a heavy presence that refused to be banished. It was a reminder of the darkness that had seeped into our lives, a constant presence that refused to be banished, a shadow that clung to us, refusing to let go, a reminder of the battle we fought each day. The next morning, my grandmother was gone. I searched the house frantically, calling her name, but there was no answer, only silence and shadows. Her absence was a void, a chasm that seemed impossible to bridge. It was as if she had vanished into thin air, leaving only her candle and the lingering scent of lavender, a haunting reminder of her presence. Desperate and alone, I continued the rituals, hoping to keep Night at bay, to hold on to the hope that she would return, that her light would once again fill the house with warmth and love. But it was always there, lurking in the shadows, a constant reminder of what I had lost, of the void that had opened in my life, a void that seemed impossible to fill. Days turned into months, and I clung to the hope that my grandmother was still out there, somewhere, waiting to be found, waiting to return to the home she loved. I kept the candle burning, whispering her chants into the night, hoping that one day she would return, that her light would once again fill the house with warmth and love, that the shadows would be banished forever. But deep down, I knew the truth. Night had taken her, swallowed her light, and left me with nothing but shadows, shadows that threatened to consume me. Yet, I continued the rituals, a silent promise to her and a defiance against the darkness that sought to consume me, a battle that I fought each day. In the end, it was all I could do, to hold on to the memories, to fight against the unseen, and to keep the light burning in the hopes that one day, I would find her again. The house, once a sanctuary, had become a battleground, a place where the lines between reality and nightmare blurred, where shadows danced and whispered secrets. Yet, I refused to give in, to let the darkness claim me as it had claimed her. I would fight, for her and for myself, until the very end, determined to keep her memory alive, to honor her legacy, and to stand against the shadows that sought to consume us both. Each day was a testament to her strength, a reminder of the love and warmth she had brought into my life, a promise that I would not let the darkness win. The struggle was constant, but so was my resolve, a tribute to the woman who had taught me the true meaning of courage and love. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. As the sun began its slow descent beyond the horizon, painting the sky in brilliant hues of amber and crimson, I took a deep breath, savoring the crisp Montana air that filled my lungs. The air was invigorating, a reminder of the vast wilderness that surrounded me, a wilderness filled with secrets and stories untold. It was a landscape that had witnessed countless generations, each leaving behind whispers of their existence, tales etched into the very fabric of the land. My name is Samuel, and tonight, like countless nights before, it was my turn to keep watch over the secluded toll station that stood on the outskirts of our sleepy little town. This town, more enshrouded in folklore than in mist, was a place where the line between reality and myth often blurred, where the whispers of the past lingered in the air, mingling with the present. The stories of old seemed to breathe life into the town, weaving a tapestry of mystery and intrigue that captivated the imagination. The responsibility of the night was handed down to me by my father, much like a sacred rite, a tradition that had been passed from one generation to the next. My father, a man of few words but immense wisdom, had stood this post himself for decades, and now it was my turn to embrace the peculiar duty he had entrusted to me. It was a duty that came with its own set of mysteries and challenges, a duty that required vigilance and respect for the unknown. The toll station was not just a place of work, it was a symbol of our family's enduring connection to the land and its enigmatic inhabitants. It stood as a testament to the resilience and courage of those who had come before, a beacon of light in the darkness, guiding travelers through the unknown. The toll booth itself was unimposing, a small structure dwarfed by the towering pine trees that flanked the lonely highway. Yet, within its worn walls lay a simple yet curious set of rules, a list painstakingly written by my father's hand, yellowed by time but never altered. Each rule had a purpose, each line a silent guardian against the inexplicable forces that lurked in the shadows. These rules were my guide, my shield against the mysteries that surrounded me, a testament to the wisdom of those who had come before. They were a lifeline, grounding me in the reality of my duty, offering clarity in moments of doubt and uncertainty. Rule 1. Never question those who pass. Their journey is not ours to understand. My father was always adamant about this, his face somber each time he reiterated it. I never comprehended the gravity of his words until the one fateful night I crossed paths with my first peculiar driver, a man with eyes lost to the void, his skin as parched as the desert's. He exchanged no words as he slipped coins into the toll box, and I, remembering the rule, simply nodded in response. As his taillights disappeared into the cloak of night, a chill ran down my spine, understanding dawning that I was merely a spectator in their strange voyage. The realization was profound, a reminder of the limits of my understanding and the vastness of the unknown. It was a humbling experience, one that reinforced the importance of my role as an observer, not a participant, in the journeys of others. Rule 2. Keep your eyes down after midnight. The watchers don't like being seen. This was a rule I found particularly hard to follow. The curiosity was overwhelming, a constant itch in the back of my mind. I longed to see these watchers, to demystify their presence and understand their purpose. But curiosity, I learned, could be perilous. Once, in a reckless moment, I glanced up as the clock struck 12, only to glimpse shadows more oppressive than darkness itself. They loomed beyond the trees, figures shrouded and formless. That single glance left me paralyzed with fear, a cold seeping through my veins that persisted until dawn broke. The experience was a lesson, a stark reminder of the boundaries that I must not cross, of the forces that lay beyond my comprehension. It was a chilling encounter, one that left an indelible mark on my soul, a reminder of the fragility of my existence in the face of the unknown. Rule 3. The headless officer is your ally. Trust him above all. This rule baffled me the most, its very mention the spark for local rumors and ghostly tales. I had heard whispers of the headless officer, a spectral figure patrolling the roads, his presence a beacon of both fear and protection. It wasn't until one cold evening, as the wind howled like a wounded beast, that I encountered him. His silhouette was unmistakable, the uniform crisp, yet devoid of a head atop his shoulders. As I nodded respectfully, a silent understanding passed between us. I realized, inexplicably, that he was bound by the same duty as mine, a fellow guardian of the night. This revelation was both comforting and unsettling, a connection to a world beyond my own, a bond that transcended the boundaries of life and death. It was a moment of profound clarity, one that reshaped my understanding of the world and my place within it. The nights passed, each one a melange of monotony and unspoken dread, until the evening when everything unraveled, the night the skin stealers emerged. I was perched on the stool, the clock ticking ever closer to the witching hour, when a vehicle rumbled down the road. Its approach was sluggish, the engine purring uneasily as it came to a stop. Behind the wheel sat a person, no, a being, that made my very soul recoil. It was grotesque, a hideous pastiche of stolen faces, its skin stretched taut over what was perhaps a human frame. It grinned, a smile that chilled my marrow, as it tossed a gold coin into the box. Rule 4, the skin stealers will barter with life. Never engage. My heart thundered, the rule blaring in my mind like a siren. I averted my gaze, hands trembling as I clung to the battered counter, praying for its departure. And as quickly as it had arrived, it melted into the night, leaving behind an air heavy with malevolence and my sanity dangling by a thread. The encounter was a stark reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows, of the thin line that separated our world from theirs. It was a harrowing experience, one that tested the limits of my resolve and the strength of my convictions. Confronted with these otherworldly beings, I found solace in the rules my father had inscribed. They were cryptic to an outsider, nonsensical perhaps, but they formed a barrier none could breach. It was these rules, his legacy, that tethered me to sanity, providing a semblance of order in a world teetering on the brink of chaos. They were my guide, my anchor in a sea of uncertainty, a testament to the wisdom of those who had come before. They offered a sense of stability, a framework within which I could navigate the complexities of my duty. Yet, the night held one final revelation, a truth both harrowing and enlightening. As dawn's light crept over the horizon, painting the world anew, the headless officer approached the booth. With an unseen gesture, he bade me follow. We walked, him leading me to a grove hidden beyond the road, where he retrieved from the ground a weathered photograph. It was of my father, youthful and proud in his officer's garb, before the eternal bond with the toll was forged. The headless guardian then touched his chest, conveying a story no words could tell. Understanding unraveled, and I recognized the truth. He was my ancestor, bonded to protect this realm and ours with no respite, his pledge echoing through my lineage. The revelation was profound, a connection to a past I had never known, a bond that transcended time and space. It was a moment of profound understanding, one that illuminated the path I was destined to walk. As the officer faded with the dawn, I stood somber in the grove, the weight of my heritage settling over me. I was the guardian now, the toll booth my sentinel post. The rules would guard me, as they had my father and all before him, against the night's unyielding mysteries. In my veins coursed not just blood, but the eternal duty of the toll keeper, a lineage of vigilant protectors in the silent Montana night, holding the known world and the unfathomable unknown in a delicate, perilous balance. This was my legacy, a legacy that bound me to the night, to the shadows, and to the secrets that whispered through the trees. It was a responsibility I embraced with reverence, a duty I would uphold with unwavering resolve. The toll booth was more than a mere structure. It was a bastion against the encroaching darkness, a place where the tangible and the ethereal converged. Each night, as I took my place within its confines, I felt the weight of history upon my shoulders, the silent presence of those who had come before me. Their whispers echoed in the rustling leaves, their guidance woven into the very fabric of the rules that governed my vigil. It was a connection that transcended time, a bond that linked me to the past and the future, to the land and its mysteries. It was a legacy of courage and wisdom, a testament to the strength of those who had stood watch before me. The Toll Keeper's legacy was not one of choice but of destiny, a path set forth by those who understood the delicate balance between light and shadow, between the seen and the unseen. It was a duty that required unwavering resolve, a commitment to safeguarding the threshold between worlds. And so, as the sun rose each morning, casting its golden light upon the land, I knew that I would be ready. Ready to face the unknown, to honor the legacy of the Toll Keepers, and to protect the town from the mysteries that lay beyond the veil of night. For in the end, it was not just a duty, it was a calling, a sacred trust that I would uphold with every breath, every heartbeat, and every moment spent in the toll booth's watchful embrace. As I stood there, watching the first light of dawn break over the horizon, I felt a sense of peace settle over me. The night had been long, filled with challenges and revelations, but I had emerged stronger, more resolute in my duty. The toll booth was my sanctuary, a place where I could stand guard against the encroaching darkness, a place where I could honor the legacy of those who had come before me. It was a legacy that I would carry forward, a legacy that would guide me through the nights to come. It was a responsibility I bore with pride, a duty I would fulfill with unwavering dedication. The Toll Keeper's legacy was a tapestry woven with threads of courage and wisdom, a testament to the strength of those who had stood watch before me. It was a legacy that I was proud to be a part of, a legacy that I would uphold with every fiber of my being. As the sun rose higher in the sky, casting its warm light upon the land, I knew that I was ready. Ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, ready to honor the legacy of the Toll Keepers, and ready to protect the town from the mysteries that lay beyond the veil of night. For in the end, it was not just a duty, it was a calling, a sacred trust that I would uphold with every breath, every heartbeat, and every moment spent in the toll booth's watchful embrace. It was a path I would walk with courage, a journey I would undertake with unwavering resolve. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. The sea has always been an inseparable part of my life, its endless expanse a reflection of the unfathomable depths of my own soul. From my earliest days, the ocean's call was a constant, a siren song that beckoned me to explore its mysteries and embrace its vastness. The rhythm of the waves, the salty breeze, and the endless horizon have been my companions, guiding me through the ebbs and flows of life. The ocean's presence has been a constant, a soothing balm and a thrilling challenge, ever present in my thoughts and dreams. Even now, in retirement, far removed from the relentless pull of the tides, I find myself unable to escape the haunting memories of the mysterious events surrounding the ill-fated vessel known as the Aurora. This tale is not one I share lightly, for it resides in the shadowy recesses of my mind, a chilling reminder of the unknown forces that lurk just beyond our comprehension, waiting to reveal themselves to the unsuspecting. The ocean, with its vast and enigmatic nature, holds secrets that both fascinate and terrify, and the story of the Aurora is a testament to its unpredictable power. It is a story that has etched itself into my consciousness, a narrative that refuses to fade, much like the persistent whisper of the sea itself. In the summer of 2015, I was summoned to investigate the disappearance of the Aurora, a cargo ship that had vanished without a trace while making its journey from Cape Town to the port of Montreal. The last communication from the ship had been a frantic distress call, distorted and abruptly cut off. leaving us with only the coordinates of its last known position in the tumultuous waters of the South Atlantic. The urgency of the situation was palpable, and I felt an inexplicable pull to uncover the truth behind this maritime enigma. It was as if the sea itself was urging me to delve deeper, to seek out the answers hidden beneath its waves. The mystery of the aurora was a puzzle that demanded to be solved, a challenge that called to my very core, compelling me to discover the truth behind its disappearance. The sea seemed to be holding its breath, waiting for someone to unravel the tangled threads of fate that had ensnared the aurora, and I was determined to be that person. Months later, the aurora was discovered adrift in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, a ghost ship whose decks were eerily silent, save for the haunting creaks of its battered hull. The sight of the ship, abandoned and lifeless, sent a shiver down my spine, a sensation that lingered long after I had left its desolate decks. I vividly recall the first time I stepped aboard, the air thick with an unshakable sense of foreboding that seemed to seep into my very bones. The ship bore the unmistakable scars of a violent encounter, its metal twisted and torn as if by some monstrous force beyond human understanding, a testament to the unimaginable events that had transpired. The silence was deafening, and the atmosphere was charged with an otherworldly energy, as if the ship itself was trying to communicate the horrors it had witnessed. It was as though the aurora had become a vessel of secrets, its very structure imbued with the echoes of the past, whispering tales of terror and mystery to anyone who dared to listen. The bodies of the crew were found scattered throughout the ship, their deaths as mysterious as they were gruesome. Some appeared to have been caught in a desperate struggle, their final moments marked by terror and confusion, while others lay as if in a fitful sleep, their faces frozen in expressions of sheer horror. The official report would later attribute their deaths to hypothermia and injuries sustained during the storm, but deep down, I knew there was more to the story than met the eye. The evidence suggested a narrative far more complex and sinister than the official account would have us believe. The haunting expressions on the faces of the deceased, the inexplicable damage to the ship, and the eerie atmosphere all pointed to a truth that lay beyond the reach of conventional explanations. The aurora's tale was one of fear and uncertainty, a story that seemed to defy logic and reason, hinting at forces that operated outside the boundaries of human understanding. Amidst the tragedy, there was one survivor, Nathan Cameron, a young deckhand found barely clinging to life in the ship's hold. His account of the events that transpired aboard the Aurora was as disturbing as it was unbelievable. He spoke of an otherworldly storm, a maelstrom of darkness and lightning that seemed to swallow the ship whole. In the chaos, he claimed to have seen creatures, beings unlike anything on Earth, emerging from the depths, wielding weapons that defied comprehension and logic. His words painted a picture of a nightmare come to life, a scenario that defied all rational explanation. Nathan's eyes held a haunted look as he recounted the horrors he had witnessed. His words were laced with fear, each syllable a testament to the nightmare that had unfolded before his eyes. He described the crew's desperate attempts to fend off the attackers, their conventional weapons useless against the invaders. The creatures moved with an uncanny grace, their forms shifting and shimmering like shadows in the moonlight, their presence an unsettling reminder of the vast unknown that lies beyond our understanding. The imagery he evoked was vivid and terrifying, a surreal portrait of chaos and despair that seemed to echo the very essence of the unknown. Despite his harrowing tale, Nathan's testimony was met with skepticism and disbelief. The investigation was swiftly classified, the details buried beneath layers of bureaucracy and secrecy, as if to shield the world from the unsettling truth. Yet, I could not shake the feeling that there was a kernel of truth in his words, that the Aurora had encountered something beyond our understanding, something that defied the boundaries of our reality. The questions that Nathan's account raised were too significant to ignore, and the possibility of an encounter with the unknown was a reality that demanded consideration. The official explanations were insufficient, and the mysteries that surrounded the aurora continued to linger in my thoughts, a puzzle that refused to be solved. The more I pondered Nathan's story, the more I felt that the truth was elusive, hidden beneath layers of doubt and skepticism, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to seek it. As the years passed, the memory of the aurora continued to haunt me. I found myself poring over charts and reports, seeking answers in the patterns of the sea, hoping to unravel the enigma that had ensnared my thoughts. I spoke with sailors and researchers, anyone who might offer insight into the mystery. Some whispered of ancient legends, of creatures that dwelled in the abyss, waiting for the right moment to rise and challenge the dominion of man. Others dismissed the tale as the ravings of a traumatized mind, a figment of imagination born from the depths of fear. But I knew there was more to the story. The sea is vast and full of secrets, its depths hiding wonders and horrors alike. I have seen things in my years on the water that defy explanation, moments when the veil between our world and another seems to thin, revealing glimpses of the extraordinary. The aurora was not the first ship to vanish without a trace, nor would it be the last, a testament to the mysteries that lie beneath the waves. The stories I encountered were as varied as the ocean itself, each one a thread in the intricate tapestry of the sea's eternal mystery, challenging my understanding and igniting my imagination. In quiet moments, I find myself returning to Nathan's account, piecing together the fragments of his story, trying to make sense of the inexplicable. I imagine the storm, the howling winds and crashing waves, the terror of the crew as they faced the unimaginable forces that besieged them. I see the creatures, their eyes glinting with an otherworldly light, their presence a reminder of the vastness of the universe and our small, fragile place within it. Though the investigation has long since been closed, I remain troubled by the events surrounding the aurora. I cannot help but wonder if the attackers were indeed from another world, drawn to our planet by forces we cannot comprehend, forces that lie beyond the grasp of human understanding. Perhaps they are still out there, lurking in the depths, waiting for the right moment to strike again, to remind us of our vulnerability in the face of the unknown. The questions that linger are as vast and deep as the ocean itself, a testament to the enduring mystery that surrounds the aurora and all that it represents. The sea is a place of mystery, its depths unfathomable and its secrets well guarded. As I sit here, far from the water's edge, I am reminded of the words of an old sailor I once knew: the ocean is a living thing, and it remembers. The aurora is but one story in a tapestry of countless others, a reminder that we are not alone in the universe, that there are forces at play that we have yet to comprehend. And so, I continue to watch the horizon, my mind ever drawn to the mysteries of the deep. The echoes of the abyss linger in my thoughts, a haunting reminder of the unknown and the stories that remain untold, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to seek the truth. The sea calls to me still, its voice a constant whisper in the wind, urging me to remember, to never forget the lessons of the past, and to remain vigilant in the face of the mysteries that lie ahead. As the waves crash upon the shore, I am reminded of the power and majesty of the ocean, a force that shapes our world and our lives in ways we cannot fully understand. The aurora's tale is but a single chapter in the vast narrative of the sea, a story that continues to unfold with each passing day, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. The sea's mysteries are infinite, and its stories are woven into the very fabric of our existence, challenging us to explore, to question, and to embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity. The ocean remains a realm of wonder and enigma, a place where the boundaries of reality blur and the impossible becomes possible, inviting us to journey into its depths and uncover the truths that lie hidden beneath the waves. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. The ocean has always served as my sanctuary, a haven where I could retreat from the chaos of everyday life and immerse myself in the soothing rhythm of the waves. It was a vast realm where my worries seemed to dissolve into the endless expanse, leaving me enveloped in a profound sense of peace. The sea, with its infinite horizon and gentle lull, offered a unique refuge, a place where time appeared to stand still, and the burdens of life were gently washed away with each passing wave. The ocean's embrace was akin to a soothing balm, a gentle reminder of a world that existed beyond the noise and complexity of daily existence. Each visit to the sea was a journey into tranquility, an opportunity to reconnect with a simpler, purer state of being. The salty air, the endless horizon, and the gentle lull of the waves formed a symphony of calm that enveloped me, providing a temporary escape from the demands of modern life. On one such escape, I found myself aboard a quaint, old-fashioned yacht, a vessel that seemed to belong to a bygone era, sailing the vast, open waters with nothing but the sea breeze and the horizon for company. The gentle rocking of the boat and the salty tang in the air enveloped me in a cocoon of tranquility, a soothing balm for my weary soul. The yacht, with its creaking timbers and sails billowing in the wind, became a floating haven, a world unto itself where I could lose myself in the simplicity of the sea. The boat's timeless charm and the endless expanse of water created a perfect symphony of peace and nostalgia. Standing on the deck, I watched the sun dip below the horizon as the colors of dusk enveloped the sky in shades of purple and gold, painting a masterpiece across the heavens. Each wave seemed to carry away the stress of the world, leaving me in a state of pure serenity. The sky, a canvas of vibrant hues, mirrored the ocean's surface, creating a seamless tapestry of beauty and calm. The interplay of light and water was mesmerizing, a dance of elements that spoke to the soul. The gentle breeze carried the scent of salt and freedom, whispering promises of adventure and peace. I felt an irresistible urge to immerse myself in the ocean's embrace, to become one with the vastness that stretched endlessly before me, inviting me into its depths, a silent invitation I could not resist. The water called to me, its voice a gentle whisper that promised solace and understanding, a connection to something greater than myself. The sea's allure was undeniable, a siren's call that beckoned me to explore its mysteries and lose myself in its depths. The waves seemed to sing a song of eternity, a melody that resonated with the deepest parts of my being. Under the cover of night, with the stars watching over me like silent guardians, I slipped into the cool, dark water. The sensation was both exhilarating and humbling, as if I were floating in an endless void, surrounded by the whisper of the waves. It was a strange sensation, floating in the infinite blackness, a mix of tranquility and vulnerability. The water was both a cradle and a chasm, holding me gently while hinting at the unfathomable depths below. The stars above, twinkling like distant beacons, seemed to guide me as I drifted, their light reflecting off the water's surface in a dance of shimmering brilliance. The celestial display above and the ocean's embrace below created a moment of pure magic, a union of earth and sky that transcended the mundane. The vastness of the universe seemed to cradle me, offering a glimpse into the infinite possibilities of existence. Just then, a sound reached my ears, soft, eerie murmurs, like a conversation barely audible above the water's surface. My pulse quickened, reason battling with an inexplicable unease. The whispers were like tendrils of smoke, curling around my thoughts, refusing to be ignored, as if the ocean itself was trying to communicate with me. The sensation was both unsettling and mesmerizing, a mystery wrapped in the gentle caress of the sea. The ocean's voice was a haunting melody, a song of secrets that stirred the depths of my imagination. It was as if the sea held ancient stories, tales of wonder and terror waiting to be discovered. Determined to dismiss it as the wind's trickery, a mere figment of my imagination, I swam back to the safety of the yacht, the solid wood beneath my feet a reassuring anchor to reality, a reminder of the world I knew. The following day unfolded with a sense of unease lingering in the air, a tension that seemed to ripple through the waves themselves. The ocean, which had been a source of peace, now seemed to hold a secret just beneath its surface, a mystery waiting to be uncovered. A girl, a fellow traveler on this maritime adventure, emerged from the water with her leg marred by a vicious bite. The sight was unnerving. The imprint was unmistakably human, teeth marks brutally evident against her pale skin, a macabre tattoo of terror. Concerned whispers spread among us travelers, a chorus of fear and speculation, as we gathered around her, trying to make sense of the inexplicable injury. But the hotel owner, a weathered man well-versed in maritime myths and legends, waved off the incident, attributing it to floating debris, a mere accident of the sea, dismissing our fears with a casual wave of his hand. His dismissive attitude did little to quell our anxiety, leaving us with more questions than answers. The mystery lingered, a shadow over our journey, challenging our perceptions and understanding. Despite his nonchalance, a storm was brewing, not just in the sky, where dark clouds gathered like an army poised for battle, but within me. The ocean's whispers haunted my thoughts, urging me to uncover the truth lurking beneath those waves. I found myself drawn to the water's edge, staring into its depths as if it might reveal its secrets to me, as if the answers lay just beyond my reach. The storm, with its howling winds and crashing waves, seemed to mirror the turmoil within me, a reflection of the conflict between fear and curiosity. The tempest outside was a manifestation of the storm within, a battle between the desire to know and the instinct to retreat. It was during the chaotic beauty of the storm's rage, when the wind howled and the sea roared, that I stumbled upon a grotesque discovery washed ashore, a fish, deformed and nightmarish, with a set of human teeth protruding from its gaping mouth. Ominous black ichor seeped from its jaws, staining the sand like ink from the depths, a sinister message from the ocean's heart. The sight of it sent a chill down my spine, a tangible reminder of the ocean's dark mysteries, a puzzle I was both drawn to and repelled by. The grotesque creature was a symbol of the unknown, a challenge to my understanding of the natural world. It was a macabre testament to the ocean's hidden depths, a reminder that the sea held secrets beyond human comprehension. Fear clawed at my insides, a primal instinct screaming for me to flee, but curiosity waged a relentless war against my instincts. The ocean, once my refuge, now seemed a realm of unfathomable horrors, its beauty a cruel facade. Yet, the more I delved into its mysteries, the more I feared what I might unravel. Was it madness to seek answers in a world that thrived on the unknown? Or was the true madness in ignoring the signs, pretending that nature's whispers were mere echoes of my mind, illusions conjured by a restless imagination? The questions swirled in my mind, a tempest of doubt and wonder, leaving me torn between the desire to understand and the fear of what understanding might bring. The ocean's allure was undeniable, a siren's call that beckoned me to explore its depths, yet the fear of what lay beneath held me back, a chain of doubt and uncertainty. The tension between curiosity and caution was palpable, a struggle that defined my relationship with the sea. It was a dance of light and shadow, a balance between the known and the unknowable. Faced with this predicament, I made a decision, a reluctant return to the comfort of ignorance. To probe further could shatter the fragile bond one cherished with the ocean, a relationship built on awe and wonder. Its depths would remain a mystery, its secrets hidden among the shadows, a realm best left undisturbed. And so, as the storm passed and the waters calmed, as the sun broke through the clouds to bathe the world in light once more, I turned away from the abyss and resolved to seek peace in the simple wonders above the waves. The whispers had found their place in my story, an indelible mark on my soul, but I chose not to let them define it. I would cherish the ocean for its surface beauty, leaving its dark mysteries to slumber undisturbed beneath the waves. In the end, I decided that some mysteries were best left unsolved, their allure lying in the very fact that they remained unknown, a testament to the vastness of the world and the limits of our understanding. The ocean, with its endless horizon and hidden depths, would remain a symbol of both wonder and caution, a reminder of the delicate balance between curiosity and respect for the unknown. The decision to embrace the surface and let the depths remain a mystery was a choice for peace, a recognition of the beauty in not knowing all. It was an acceptance of the world's vastness, a humble acknowledgement of our place within the grand tapestry of existence. The ocean's vastness would continue to be a source of inspiration and awe, a reminder of the mysteries that lay beyond human comprehension, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to venture into the unknown. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. I've always seen myself as someone deeply rooted in logic and facts, a person who navigates the world through the lens of reality. From a young age, I was captivated by the clarity that facts and evidence could bring to our understanding of the world. This fascination with truth and evidence led me to pursue a career in law enforcement, where I could apply my skills and interests in practical and meaningful ways. As a young officer tasked with patrolling the charming streets of Millfield, Pennsylvania, my daily responsibilities were usually quite predictable. They involved managing traffic stops, resolving disputes between neighbors, and occasionally dealing with minor thefts. These tasks, though routine, were essential for maintaining the peace and order of our community. It was a routine I had grown accustomed to, a rhythm that rarely deviated from the ordinary. The town itself was a picturesque setting, with its neatly lined streets, friendly residents, and a sense of community that made it feel like a safe haven from the chaos of the outside world. The people of Millfield were proud of their town, and I took pride in serving them, knowing that my work contributed to the safety and harmony of the place I called home. However, this sense of normalcy was shattered when the mysterious calls began to disrupt the tranquility of my work. The first of these unsettling 911 calls came on a particularly brisk autumn evening. The air was crisp, and the leaves had turned vibrant shades of red and orange, creating a beautiful tapestry across the town. The dispatcher at the station informed me of an emergency line that had been connected from an old house situated on the outskirts of town. This property was well known within the community as having been abandoned for quite some time. It had become a part of local folklore, with stories of ghosts and strange happenings passed down through generations. The house, a relic from a bygone era, stood isolated at the end of a winding road, cloaked by towering oak trees. It carried with it a history that locals frequently murmured about, tales of its past adding an air of mystery to its already eerie presence. As I approached it that night, I expected to find nothing more than silence and the cold embrace of shadows. The moon cast an ethereal glow over the landscape, and the wind whispered through the leaves, creating an atmosphere that felt both serene and unsettling. The combination of moonlight and shadows seemed to dance together, crafting an environment ripe with anticipation and suspense. The scene was almost surreal, as if the house existed in a world separate from the one I knew, a place where the line between reality and imagination blurred. Upon my arrival, the house exuded an ominous presence that was hard to ignore. Its windows were dark and empty, appearing as vacant, soulless eyes amidst the structure's aging features. The paint was peeling, and the wood was weathered, telling stories of years gone by. Vines had begun to reclaim the building, weaving their way through cracks and crevices, as if nature itself sought to erase the memories held within those walls. I knocked on the solid wooden door, announcing my arrival, but the only response came from the sporadic creaking of ancient trees swaying in the night breeze. A meticulous inspection of the house's perimeter revealed no significant findings. Everything seemed undisturbed, untouched by human hands. I concluded it to be a prank, a juvenile attempt to stir trouble. However, as I turned to leave, an unshakable chill coursed through my spine, a sensation akin to being scrutinized by invisible observers, eyes I could not see but could certainly feel. It was as if the house itself was alive, watching and waiting. The sensation lingered long after I had left, haunting my thoughts and stirring my curiosity. I found myself replaying the events of that night in my mind, searching for any clue I might have missed, any indication of what had truly transpired. Despite my initial interpretation, the calls were relentless, growing progressively more disturbing as the nights went by. Each night, as the clock struck 12, the dispatcher would receive another call, and I would find myself compelled to return to that foreboding domicile. Every visit mirrored the last, an absence of life, no disruptions evident. It felt as if the house was playfully mocking my investigations, enveloping me in its eerie and enigmatic presence, daring me to uncover its secrets. The air was thick with anticipation, and the shadows seemed to dance in the corners of my vision, teasing my senses. The more I visited, the more I felt drawn into the mystery, as if the house itself was a puzzle waiting to be solved. The allure of the unknown captivated me, and I became determined to uncover the truth behind the calls. My curiosity transformed into an obsession, and I found myself spending every spare moment pondering the enigma of the house, trying to decipher its silent language. Motivated to lay this mystery to rest, I dove into the town's archives with determination, searching for any breadcrumbs regarding the house and its former residents. The archives were a treasure trove of information, filled with old newspapers, photographs, and handwritten accounts from the town's early days. I spent countless hours poring over these documents, piecing together the history of the house and the lives it had touched. During this relentless pursuit of truths, I uncovered the harrowing account of Michelle Klein, a woman whose existence had been abruptly curtailed within the very confines of those walls. Her death had officially been labeled an accident, yet there were murmurs, persistent and irresistible, that spoke of darker possibilities, like ethereal entities refusing to settle, lingering within the shadows. The more I learned, the more I felt a connection to Michelle, as if her spirit was guiding me toward the truth. Her story became an obsession, and I found myself spending countless hours piecing together the fragments of her life. I felt a deep sense of responsibility to uncover the truth, not only for Michelle but for the town that had unknowingly carried the weight of her story for so long. As I painstakingly assembled the disparate scenes from Michelle's life, a tangled web began to emerge, one of deceit, betrayal, and enigma. She had been romantically entangled with a man named Victor Hale, a notorious figure draped in shadows of infamy. Their relationship was fraught with volatility, a whirlwind of passion underscored by foreboding peril. The further my investigation advanced, the clearer it became that the house was not merely a backdrop but a silent witness to the dramatic episodes that had transpired within its walls. The walls seemed to whisper secrets of love and loss, of dreams turned to nightmares, and of a life cut tragically short. The house, once merely a building, transformed into a character in its own right, holding within it the echoes of the past. It became clear that the house was more than a setting. It was an active participant in the stories it held, a repository of memories both beautiful and haunting. My investigation took a chillingly dark turn when unexplainable phenomena began to manifest around me. Inanimate objects seemed to possess an agency of their own, repositioning themselves without explanation. Whispers echoed through the hollow corridors, calling out to me amidst the stillness of the night. It felt as though the house pulsed with life, each room pulsating with secrets it stubbornly guarded. Despite the tendrils of fear seeking to paralyze my resolve, I was unwavering in my pursuit to seek justice for Michelle and perhaps grant her restless spirit the peace it craved. The line between reality and the supernatural blurred, and I found myself questioning everything I thought I knew. My once steadfast reliance on logic and facts was challenged by experiences that defied explanation. I began to see the world in a new light, one where the boundaries between the known and the unknown were not as rigid as I had once believed. The significant breakthrough came with the revelation of a hidden chamber, skillfully concealed behind a deceptive wall nestled within the basement. Inside, I discovered a collection of letters and time-worn photographs, each piece narrating Michelle's tumultuous liaison with Victor. The evidence amassed suggested her demise was no unfortunate accident. Rather, she had stumbled upon something forbidden and profound, a revelation that ultimately sealed her fate. The letters spoke of secrets that could destroy lives, of power and greed, and of a love that was both passionate and destructive. The discovery was both exhilarating and terrifying, as it confirmed my suspicions and deepened the mystery. It was a moment of clarity amidst the chaos, a turning point that propelled me forward with renewed determination. Equipped with this newfound evidence, I set out to reopen the investigation. My efforts were met with considerable resistance from those invested in keeping the past obscured and forgotten. There were those who had much to lose if the truth came to light, and they were determined to keep it hidden. However, the truth possessed an insistent nature, capable of clawing its way to light regardless of the barriers set before it. Soon enough, the placid town buzzed with hushed discussions about corruption and crime that had insidiously thrived beneath its serene exterior. The facade of innocence began to crumble, revealing the darkness that lay beneath. The revelations sent shockwaves through the community, forcing many to reevaluate their understanding of the town's history. It was a time of reckoning, a moment when the town was forced to confront its past and the secrets it had long buried. In the end, justice prevailed, and the house, previously saturated with gloom and despair, was restored to peace. As for myself, the entire experience branded itself on my soul, serving as a poignant reminder of the delicate threshold between the realms of the seen and the unseen, and the valor required to navigate the shadows that dwell within the recesses of our world. The house, once a symbol of fear, became a testament to the power of truth and the resilience of the human spirit. It stood as a monument to the courage it takes to confront the unknown and to seek understanding in the face of uncertainty. The journey had been long and arduous, but it had taught me invaluable lessons about the nature of truth and the strength of the human spirit. Reflecting on those unnerving nights, I have come to understand the house as much more than a mere backdrop for a tragic storyline. It acted as a catalyst for transformation, prompting me to peer beyond superficial narratives and brave the pursuit of truth, irrespective of the fear it could incite. The house, with its silent whispers and haunting presence, had taught me to confront the unknown, to face the darkness with courage and determination, and to seek out the light hidden within the shadows. It was a journey that changed me forever, a journey that taught me to listen to the whispers of the abandoned and to find strength in the midst of uncertainty. The experience left an indelible mark on my soul, a reminder that sometimes the most profound truths are found in the places we least expect. It was a lesson in humility and perseverance, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges. Reflecting further on the journey, I realized that the house had not only been a setting for the events that unfolded, but had become a mentor of sorts, guiding me through the labyrinth of mystery and fear. Its eerie presence taught me the importance of patience and resilience, of listening to the stories that walls can tell if only we are willing to hear. The house, with its silent corridors and shadowed corners, became a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that the world is filled with mysteries waiting to be uncovered. It taught me to embrace uncertainty, to see it not as something to be feared, but as an opportunity for growth and discovery. The whispers of the abandoned house became a part of me, a constant reminder that the truth is often hidden in the most unexpected places, and that the journey to uncover it is as important as the destination itself. In the aftermath of the investigation, the town of Millfield began to heal. The revelations of corruption and hidden truths forced the community to come together, to confront the past and build a future based on transparency and trust. The house, once a symbol of fear and mystery, became a beacon of hope and renewal. It was restored to its former glory, its walls no longer haunted by the shadows of the past, but filled with the laughter and warmth of new beginnings. The community embraced the lessons learned from the investigation, vowing to never again let secrets fester in the shadows. They learned the importance of vigilance and the power of collective action, of standing together in the face of adversity. As for me, the experience had changed me in ways I could never have imagined. The journey had taught me to see beyond the surface, to look deeper into the stories that shape our lives and the world around us. It had taught me to listen to the whispers of the past, to hear the voices of those who came before us, and to honor their stories by seeking the truth. The house had become a part of me, its lessons etched into my soul, guiding me as I continued my journey in law enforcement. It had taught me the importance of empathy and understanding, of seeing the world through the eyes of others and recognizing the interconnectedness of our lives. The journey had also taught me the importance of courage, of facing the unknown with an open heart and mind. It had shown me that the most profound truths are often found in the places we least expect, and that the journey to uncover them is filled with challenges and rewards. The whispers of the abandoned house had become a part of my story, a reminder that the world is filled with mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and that the journey to uncover them is as important as the destination itself. It was a lesson in humility and perseverance, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges. In the end, the house had taught me to embrace the unknown, to see it not as something to be feared, but as an opportunity for growth and discovery. It had taught me to listen to the whispers of the past, to hear the voices of those who came before us, and to honor their stories by seeking the truth. The journey had changed me forever, leaving an indelible mark on my soul and teaching me to find strength in the midst of uncertainty. It was a journey that had taught me to listen to the whispers of the abandoned and to find strength in the midst of uncertainty. The experience left an indelible mark on my soul, a reminder that sometimes the most profound truths are found in the places we least expect. It was a lesson in humility and perseverance, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. As the sun begins its descent below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the tranquil sea, I find myself enveloped in reflections on the myriad mysteries that have intricately woven themselves into the complex tapestry of my life. The sea, with its vast expanse and hidden depths, has been more than a mere backdrop. It has been a steadfast companion, a silent witness to the many voyages that have shaped my existence. This immense body of water has been a source of inspiration and solace, offering both the thrill of adventure and the comfort of familiarity. Throughout my years spent navigating its vast and unpredictable waters, the sea has been a constant presence, a force that has both challenged and nurtured me, pushing me to my limits while providing a sanctuary of peace. Yet, in the quietude of my retirement, there is one story that clings to me, a tale that refuses to fade into the annals of time. It is the haunting saga of the Aurora, a vessel whose ill-fated journey casts a long and enduring shadow over my days. This story, with its layers of mystery and unanswered questions, has become an inseparable part of my life, a puzzle that I am compelled to revisit time and again. The enigma of the aurora looms large in my thoughts, a spectral presence that refuses to be forgotten, a constant reminder of the mysteries that lie just beyond the horizon. The aurora story began in the crisp, cool months of autumn in 2017, a time when the world seemed poised on the brink of discovery. She set sail from the vibrant port of Cape Town, South Africa, her destination the remote and icy expanses of Antarctica. Her mission was clear: scientific research and exploration of the uncharted icy realms that lay in wait. Aboard her were seasoned sailors, well-versed in the ocean's capricious nature, and scientists brimming with anticipation for the discoveries that lay ahead. They were a diverse group, united by a shared commitment to the pursuit of knowledge, bound by the strong ties of curiosity and camaraderie. Each member of the crew brought their unique skills and perspectives, creating a dynamic and motivated team eager to face the challenges of the unknown. The promise of new discoveries and the allure of the uncharted filled the air with excitement and determination, a palpable energy that propelled them forward into the vast and unpredictable ocean. The voyage, however, soon veered off its well-charted course. As the Aurora navigated the tumultuous waters of the Southern Ocean, an unforeseen tempest, ferocious and sudden, descended upon her. The storm was unlike anything the crew had experienced before, a force of nature that seemed almost sentient in its fury. Communication lines were abruptly severed, casting the vessel into a profound silence that stretched over weeks. The ocean had swallowed her whole, leaving in its wake only the anguish of unanswered questions and a void that echoed with the cries of the unknown. The isolation was complete, and the world outside remained oblivious to the ship's plight. The crew, cut off from the world they knew, faced the relentless power of the sea with no hope of rescue or reprieve. The silence that enveloped them was deafening, a constant reminder of their vulnerability and the vastness of the ocean that surrounded them. It wasn't until much later, when the Aurora was finally discovered aimlessly adrift in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, that the true scope of tragedy and enigma was revealed. The rescuers were confronted by an appalling scene, a vision of chaos and terror that defied comprehension. The Aurora's exterior bore damage far exceeding what a typical storm might inflict. Her hull was marred by marks that suggested an encounter of a far more sinister kind. Inside, the lifeless crew lay at rest, the mysteries of their demise etched onto their faces through inexplicable wounds and haunting expressions. It appeared they had been besieged by a force outside the bounds of human understanding, a force that left its indelible mark on the vessel and its ill-fated crew. The sight was haunting, a chilling testament to the unknown horrors that had unfolded. The tragic fate of the Aurora's crew was a mystery that defied explanation, a puzzle that seemed beyond the reach of human comprehension, a haunting reminder of the ocean's power and its unfathomable depths. Amidst this scene of devastation, one man remained, a solitary witness to the horror that had unfolded. Nathan Cameron, a young oceanographer, was found alive but forever changed, his eyes reflecting tales of horror and madness beyond comprehension. His recounting of the events that engulfed the Aurora was initially dismissed by skeptics as the shattered ravings of a man traumatized by exposure and fear. Yet, in the quiet moments, his story resonated within me, a chilling narrative recounting encounters with entities that defy the realities of our world, beings that emerged from the abyss with intentions unknown and terrifying. Nathan's account was filled with vivid imagery and palpable fear, a testament to the unimaginable experiences he had endured. His words painted a picture of a nightmare that defied logic and reason, a tale that lingered in the shadows of my mind, challenging my understanding of reality and the boundaries of human experience. Nathan spoke of creatures whose existence seemed tied to the most fantastical of imaginations, wielding instruments that bent the very laws of physics and reality. His description of their onslaught on the Aurora detailed a precise, merciless attack that left the crew bereft of defense and hope. Despite the vividness of his testimony, it was carefully hidden beneath bureaucratic secrecy, dismissed officially yet persisting in the dark corners of my mind. The more I pondered his words, the more I found myself drawn into the mystery, compelled to seek the truth that lay hidden beneath the waves. The enigma of the aurora became an obsession, a puzzle that demanded to be solved despite the obstacles in my path. The unanswered questions and the chilling possibilities fueled my determination to uncover the truth, to shine a light on the darkness that enveloped the aurora's fate, to seek answers to the mysteries that lay hidden beneath the surface of the sea. In spite of the silence from those in authority, a strange pull compelled me towards this unsolvable mystery, a longing to uncover the truths concealed within the ocean's embrace. As I delved deeper into the fragments of the aurora's fateful journey, I found myself questioning the limitations of our understanding, pondering the possibilities that lurk beyond the veil of our perception. Could Nathan's inexplicable attackers indeed hail from realms beyond Earth, or was there a hidden world within the ocean's depths, teeming with life forms of unimaginable nature? These questions haunted me, driving me to explore the boundaries of what we know and what remains shrouded in mystery. The quest for answers became a journey in itself, a voyage into the unknown realms of possibility. The more I searched, the more I realized how little we truly understand about the vast and mysterious world beneath the waves, a world that continues to elude our grasp, a world filled with secrets and wonders yet to be discovered. As I slowly stitched together these scattered pieces of evidence, it became apparent that the sea, with its immeasurable hollows, cradles more than the dreams and memories of those who traverse it. It represents a frontier yet uncharted, a meeting place where reality and myth waltz indistinctly, leaving us to wonder just where one ends and the other begins. The ocean, in all its majesty and mystery, holds secrets that challenge the very core of our understanding, secrets that beckon to those who dare to seek them out. The more I learned, the more I realized how little we truly know about the world beneath the waves, a world that continues to elude our grasp. The sea, with its endless horizons and depths steeped in secrets, continues to call to me, a timeless partner on this journey of discovery and mystery. It is a vast and enigmatic realm, a place where the known and the unknown coexist in a delicate dance, a place where the answers we seek may one day rise to meet the light of understanding. The story of the aurora, with its innumerable questions and eerie potential answers, has ensconced itself within me like an indelible part of my being. It serves as a reminder of the profound mysteries that extend beyond the grasp of human intellect, of the secrets the ocean wraps itself around with inexhaustible resolve. Listening to the gentle hum of the waves, I am often left pondering if the enigma of the sea will ever surrender its truths, if the answers we seek will ever rise from the depths to meet the light of understanding. The sea remains an enigma, a guardian of mysteries yet to be unraveled, a testament to the wonders that lie beyond our reach. The story of the aurora, with its haunting questions and elusive answers, will remain a part of me, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown, a constant reminder of the mysteries that lie just beyond the horizon, waiting to be uncovered by those with the courage to seek them out. Ultimately, the aurora persists as a spectral vessel, her narrative carried endlessly by the whispers of the winds. I, a sailor now retired yet inseparable from the call of the sea, find myself eternally ensnared in the puzzle of her ultimate odyssey. The sea, with its endless horizons and depths steeped in secrets, continues to call to me, a timeless partner on this journey of discovery and mystery. As I sit by the shore, the enigma of the aurora remains a haunting presence, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our reach, waiting to be uncovered by those with the courage to seek them out. The story of the aurora, with its haunting questions and elusive answers, will remain a part of me, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. As I listen to the waves and feel the salty breeze on my face, I am reminded of the vastness of the sea and the mysteries it holds, mysteries that continue to captivate and challenge me, urging me to seek the truth that lies hidden beneath the surface. The sea, with its boundless mysteries and timeless allure, remains a constant presence in my life, a reminder of the wonders that lie beyond our reach, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to venture into the unknown. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. As the sun begins its descent below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the tranquil sea, I find myself enveloped in reflections on the myriad mysteries that have intricately woven themselves into the complex tapestry of my life. The sea, with its vast expanse and hidden depths, has been more than a mere backdrop. It has been a steadfast companion, a silent witness to the many voyages that have shaped my existence. This immense body of water has been a source of inspiration and solace, offering both the thrill of adventure and the comfort of familiarity. Throughout my years spent navigating its vast and unpredictable waters, the sea has been a constant presence, a force that has both challenged and nurtured me, pushing me to my limits while providing a sanctuary of peace. Yet, in the quietude of my retirement, there is one story that clings to me, a tale that refuses to fade into the annals of time. It is the haunting saga of the Aurora, a vessel whose ill-fated journey casts a long and enduring shadow over my days. This story, with its layers of mystery and unanswered questions, has become an inseparable part of my life, a puzzle that I am compelled to revisit time and again. The enigma of the Aurora looms large in my thoughts, a spectral presence that refuses to be forgotten, a constant reminder of the mysteries that lie just beyond the horizon. The Aurora story began in the crisp, cool months of autumn in 2017, a time when the world seemed poised on the brink of discovery. She set sail from the vibrant port of Cape Town, South Africa, her destination the remote and icy expanses of Antarctica. Her mission was clear: scientific research and exploration of the uncharted icy realms that lay in wait. Aboard her were seasoned sailors, well-versed in the ocean's capricious nature, and scientists brimming with anticipation for the discoveries that lay ahead. They were a diverse group, united by a shared commitment to the pursuit of knowledge, bound by the strong ties of curiosity and camaraderie. Each member of the crew brought their unique skills and perspectives, creating a dynamic and motivated team eager to face the challenges of the unknown. The promise of new discoveries and the allure of the uncharted filled the air with excitement and determination, a palpable energy that propelled them forward into the vast and unpredictable ocean. The voyage, however, soon veered off its well-charted course. As the Aurora navigated the tumultuous waters of the Southern Ocean, an unforeseen tempest, ferocious and sudden, descended upon her. The storm was unlike anything the crew had experienced before, a force of nature that seemed almost sentient in its fury. Communication lines were abruptly severed, casting the vessel into a profound silence that stretched over weeks. The ocean had swallowed her whole, leaving in its wake only the anguish of unanswered questions and a void that echoed with the cries of the unknown. The isolation was complete, and the world outside remained oblivious to the ship's plight. The crew, cut off from the world they knew, faced the relentless power of the sea with no hope of rescue or reprieve. The silence that enveloped them was deafening, a constant reminder of their vulnerability and the vastness of the ocean that surrounded them. It wasn't until much later, when the Aurora was finally discovered aimlessly adrift in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, that the true scope of tragedy and enigma was revealed. The rescuers were confronted by an appalling scene, a vision of chaos and terror that defied comprehension. The Aurora's exterior bore damage far exceeding what a typical storm might inflict. Her hull was marred by marks that suggested an encounter of a far more sinister kind. Inside, the lifeless crew lay at rest, the mysteries of their demise etched onto their faces through inexplicable wounds and haunting expressions. It appeared they had been besieged by a force outside the bounds of human understanding, a force that left its indelible mark on the vessel and its ill-fated crew. The sight was haunting, a chilling testament to the unknown horrors that had unfolded. The tragic fate of the Aurora's crew was a mystery that defied explanation, a puzzle that seemed beyond the reach of human comprehension, a haunting reminder of the ocean's power and its unfathomable depths. Amidst this scene of devastation, one man remained, a solitary witness to the horror that had unfolded. Nathan Cameron, a young oceanographer, was found alive but forever changed, his eyes reflecting tales of horror and madness beyond comprehension. His recounting of the events that engulfed the Aurora was initially dismissed by skeptics as the shattered ravings of a man traumatized by exposure and fear. Yet, in the quiet moments, his story resonated within me, a chilling narrative recounting encounters with entities that defy the realities of our world, beings that emerged from the abyss with intentions unknown and terrifying. Nathan's account was filled with vivid imagery and palpable fear, a testament to the unimaginable experiences he had endured. His words painted a picture of a nightmare that defied logic and reason, a tale that lingered in the shadows of my mind, challenging my understanding of reality and the boundaries of human experience. Nathan spoke of creatures whose existence seemed tied to the most fantastical of imaginations, wielding instruments that bent the very laws of physics and reality. His description of their onslaught on the Aurora detailed a precise, merciless attack that left the crew bereft of defense and hope. Despite the vividness of his testimony, it was carefully hidden beneath bureaucratic secrecy, dismissed officially yet persisting in the dark corners of my mind. The more I pondered his words, the more I found myself drawn into the mystery, compelled to seek the truth that lay hidden beneath the waves. The enigma of the Aurora became an obsession, a puzzle that demanded to be solved despite the obstacles in my path. The unanswered questions and the chilling possibilities fueled my determination to uncover the truth, to shine a light on the darkness that enveloped the Aurora's fate, to seek answers to the mysteries that lay hidden beneath the surface of the sea. In spite of the silence from those in authority, a strange pull compelled me towards this unsolvable mystery, a longing to uncover the truths concealed within the ocean's embrace. As I delved deeper into the fragments of the Aurora's fateful journey, I found myself questioning the limitations of our understanding, pondering the possibilities that lurk beyond the veil of our perception. Could Nathan's inexplicable attackers indeed hail from realms beyond Earth, or was there a hidden world within the ocean's depths, teeming with life forms of unimaginable nature? These questions haunted me, driving me to explore the boundaries of what we know and what remains shrouded in mystery. The quest for answers became a journey in itself, a voyage into the unknown realms of possibility. The more I searched, the more I realized how little we truly understand about the vast and mysterious world beneath the waves, a world that continues to elude our grasp, a world filled with secrets and wonders yet to be discovered. As I slowly stitched together these scattered pieces of evidence, it became apparent that the sea, with its immeasurable hollows, cradles more than the dreams and memories of those who traverse it. It represents a frontier yet uncharted, a meeting place where reality and myth waltz indistinctly, leaving us to wonder just where one ends and the other begins. The ocean, in all its majesty and mystery, holds secrets that challenge the very core of our understanding, secrets that beckon to those who dare to seek them out. The more I learned, the more I realized how little we truly know about the world beneath the waves, a world that continues to elude our grasp. The sea, with its endless horizons and depths steeped in secrets, continues to call to me, a timeless partner on this journey of discovery and mystery. It is a vast and enigmatic realm, a place where the known and the unknown coexist in a delicate dance, a place where the answers we seek may one day rise to meet the light of understanding. The story of the Aurora, with its innumerable questions and eerie potential answers, has ensconced itself within me like an indelible part of my being. It serves as a reminder of the profound mysteries that extend beyond the grasp of human intellect, of the secrets the ocean wraps itself around with inexhaustible resolve. Listening to the gentle hum of the waves, I am often left pondering if the enigma of the sea will ever surrender its truths, if the answers we seek will ever rise from the depths to meet the light of understanding. The sea remains an enigma, a guardian of mysteries yet to be unraveled, a testament to the wonders that lie beyond our reach. The story of the Aurora, with its haunting questions and elusive answers, will remain a part of me, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown, a constant reminder of the mysteries that lie just beyond the horizon, waiting to be uncovered by those with the courage to seek them out. Ultimately, the Aurora persists as a spectral vessel, her narrative carried endlessly by the whispers of the winds. I, a sailor now retired yet inseparable from the call of the sea, find myself eternally ensnared in the puzzle of her ultimate odyssey. The sea, with its endless horizons and depths steeped in secrets, continues to call to me, a timeless partner on this journey of discovery and mystery. As I sit by the shore, the enigma of the Aurora remains a haunting presence, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our reach, waiting to be uncovered by those with the courage to seek them out. The story of the Aurora, with its haunting questions and elusive answers, will remain a part of me, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. As I listen to the waves and feel the salty breeze on my face, I am reminded of the vastness of the sea and the mysteries it holds, mysteries that continue to captivate and challenge me, urging me to seek the truth that lies hidden beneath the surface. The sea, with its boundless mysteries and timeless allure, remains a constant presence in my life, a reminder of the wonders that lie beyond our reach, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to venture into the unknown. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. The first time I gazed upon the daunting silhouette of Wendigo Peak, an indescribable wave of emotion swept over me, one that I could neither fully understand nor easily dismiss. It was as if the mountain itself was a living entity, breathing and watching over the land, its presence both calming and unsettling in equal measure. The mountain, majestic and immense, stood like a vigilant guardian over the expansive landscape, its form at once intimidating and bizarrely reassuring, as if it were both a protector and a challenger. It loomed over the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to whisper secrets of the ages, secrets that beckoned to me with an irresistible allure. There was an unexplainable magnetic pull it exerted on me, similar to how a moth is irresistibly drawn to a flickering flame. It beckoned with promises of unraveling mysteries, offering answers to the myriad questions lodged deeply within the recesses of my mind, questions that had haunted me for years. My name is Aiden, and what follows is the chronicle of my journey, a narrative infused with traces of memory, shrouded in mystery, and populated with the shadows that haunt the hidden corners of the soul, a tale of discovery and revelation. It is a story that transcends time and space, reaching into the depths of human experience and emotion. After several weeks of painstaking planning and meticulous preparation, I finally secured a modest cabin that nestled at the foot of Wendigo Peak. This journey to such a remote, isolated location was infused with a complex blend of exhilaration and an undercurrent of foreboding that I couldn't quite dispel. The air was thick with anticipation, charged with the electricity of the unknown. The local inhabitants spoke in muted, reverent tones whenever the mountain was a topic of conversation, their eyes betraying a mixture of fear and veneration as if they feared to stir something ancient and malevolent. Their words were laced with warnings, tales of those who had ventured too close and never returned, stories of spirits and shadows that roamed the slopes. Yet, I dismissed these ominous warnings as nothing more than remnants of ancient folklore and persistent superstitions, the kind of stories that grow with each retelling over generations, losing their truth but gaining in fear. I was determined to see the mountain for what it was, to understand its true nature beyond the veil of myth and legend. Upon reaching my destination, I encountered Rachel. She was a woman of striking presence, cloaked in an air of mystery that seemed to envelop her like an intimate garment, a protective layer that both intrigued and invited. Her eyes, deep and inquisitive, hinted at untold stories, and her demeanor was both a source of comfort and a beguiling enigma, a puzzle I found myself eager to solve. There was something about her, a depth and complexity that resonated with my own search for truth. We quickly engaged in conversation, a swift connection forming between us, and before long, she began to unravel the tragic narrative of her grandparents, hapless victims of the mountain's dark and storied past. Her words were laced with deep caution, serving as a gentle warning wrapped in the cloak of personal tragedy. The cabin, she indicated, was more than just a refuge. It was a site of reckoning, a place where truths could not be hidden and where the past demanded to be faced. It was a place where the very walls seemed to echo with the cries of those who had come before, a place where reality and memory intertwined. Despite the cautionary tales Rachel shared and the biting cold that seemed to seep into my bones, my resolve remained unshaken. I had arrived with a firm purpose, equipped with the necessary supplies and a determination to uncover the past that continued to haunt the edges of my consciousness. The cabin, with its quaint and rustic charm, stood in stark contrast to the foreboding wilderness that stretched out around it like a vast, uncaring sea. Its walls seemed to whisper secrets of their own, tales of those who had come before me, seeking what I sought, finding what I might find. The juxtaposition of the cozy interior with the wild, untamed exterior mirrored the inner conflict I felt, a struggle between comfort and the call of the unknown. As days melted into endless nights, the profound isolation began to play tricks on my mind. Shadows would flit and dance in the periphery of my vision, and the silence was often punctuated by whispers, echoes of a forgotten past adamantly refusing to be silenced, demanding to be heard. The stillness of the night was a canvas upon which my thoughts painted vivid images of what might have been, and what could be. Rachel visited often, her presence serving as a soothing balm to my growing discomfort and unease. Our interactions became a complex dance of curiosity and cautious probing, each of us delicately unearthing the secrets the other harbored. There existed an unspoken connection between us, a shared comprehension of loss and longing that transcended mere words. As I delved more profoundly into the enigmatic mysteries of Wendigo Peak, I felt an increasing draw towards her, despite the persistent questions regarding her motives and undisclosed secrets. Her visits became a lifeline, a tether to reality in a place where reality seemed to shift and change like the wind through the trees. We spent hours discussing the mountain, its legends, and our own lives, finding solace in the shared experience of seeking something greater than ourselves. Soon, the carefully constructed facade of my identity began to unravel. Long-buried memories clawed their way up from the depths, demanding acknowledgement and reconciliation. The mountain, it seemed, held the very key to my past, a past intricately woven into the fabric of Wendigo Peak itself. I found myself both seeker and the sought, caught in the web of a game far older and more intricate than I could have possibly comprehended. It was as if the mountain had been waiting for me, knowing that I would come, knowing that I must face what lay hidden within its shadowed depths. The realization was both terrifying and exhilarating, a call to arms that I could not ignore. Then, suddenly, the storm came, a furious tempest that mirrored the turmoil within my very soul. Amidst this onslaught of nature's fury, I uncovered the heart of the mountain's dark mystery. The Wendigo, a creature woven from both legend and nightmare, was far from mythical. Its existence was chillingly real, its hunger incessant and its shadow ever present. I was forced into confrontation with the specter of my lost love, a haunting memory that had lingered for years, demanding resolution and peace. The mountain demanded a sacrifice, a test of will and spirit from which there could be no escape. It was a moment of reckoning, a time when I had to choose between the past and the future, between holding on and letting go. The storm raged on, both outside and within, a battle that would determine the course of my life. Ultimately, it was a relentless battle for survival, against the merciless elements, against the encroaching darkness, and the deepest, most hidden parts of myself. Rachel remained steadfast by my side, her strength serving as a guiding beacon amidst the storm. Together, we confronted the Wendigo, a clash that was as focused on redemption as it was centered on survival. The mountain extracted its toll, but it also presented an opportunity for rebirth, a renewal of spirit and purpose. In facing the Wendigo, I faced myself, and in doing so, I found a path forward, a way to reconcile the past with the present. The struggle was both physical and spiritual, a journey through the shadows to find the light. As the storm finally waned and dawn painted the sky over Wendigo Peak, I emerged irrevocably transformed. The mountain had claimed much, but it also granted something invaluable, a deep sense of closure, an opportunity to move forward with a renewed sense of self. Rachel and I eventually parted ways, our lives forever interwoven by the trials endured and the profound secrets we had unveiled. Our paths, though separate, were linked by the shared experience, by the truths we had uncovered together, and by the bonds forged in the crucible of the mountain's trials. The mountain had been both a battleground and a teacher, imparting lessons that would guide us long after we had left its shadow. I left the cabin with a heart burdened yet simultaneously light, the echoes of the forgotten offering their final farewell. The mountain, with all its secrets and mysteries, slowly receded into the distance as I walked away, marked as a survivor, a relentless seeker, and a keeper of elusive truths. This journey had left an indelible impression on my soul, serving as a powerful reminder of the enduring strength of memory and the human spirit. It was a journey that had changed me, that had reshaped my understanding of who I was and who I could become, a journey that would stay with me, echoing in the quiet moments of reflection, a testament to the power of the past and the promise of the future. The lessons learned and the experiences gained would be my guide, a beacon of hope and resilience as I stepped into the unknown, forever changed by the mountain and its mysteries. Hope you enjoyed that spine-chilling experience. Now, let's move on to the next creepy tale. Ready to face more thrilling moments together? Let's dive into the next story right away. It was the night before Christmas, and I lay in my bed, staring up at the ceiling, unable to find rest. My thoughts were a whirlwind of anticipation mixed with an inexplicable unease that seemed to grow with each passing minute. The cold December air seeped through the tiny gaps in my window frame, despite the many blankets I had wrapped around myself in an attempt to keep warm. I couldn't shake off the feeling of dread that had firmly planted itself in my chest, like a stubborn shadow that refused to be cast away. Christmas was meant to be a time of joy and celebration, yet here I was, wide awake, unable to calm the persistent thumping of my heart. Each beat seemed to echo the anxiety that gripped me, as if warning me of something I couldn't yet comprehend. The house was enveloped in silence, save for the rhythmic ticking of the old grandfather clock in the hallway. I remember it distinctly because its sound had always been a comforting presence during long, lonely nights. The clock's steady tick-tock was like a metronome, marking the passage of time, yet tonight, it seemed to mock my insomnia, each tick stretching time into an eternity. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying to will myself into the sleep that eluded me, but the quiet only amplified the racing thoughts in my mind. It was as if the silence itself was conspiring to keep me awake, wrapping around me like a suffocating shroud. Then, suddenly, a strange noise broke the silence. A subtle shuffle, followed by a clatter, came from the direction of the living room. My curiosity piqued, and I pondered whether it might be my parents placing presents under the tree. But deep down, I knew they were sound asleep upstairs, dreaming of sugar plums and holiday cheer. The noise was persistent, a soft murmur of movement that seemed to beckon me to investigate, as if calling out to the part of me that longed for adventure and discovery. Cautiously, I slipped out of bed, careful not to make a noise as I stepped onto the cold wooden floor. A sliver of moonlight streamed in through the window, casting a faint, silvery glow that guided my path down the dimly lit hallway. With each step, the mysterious noise grew louder, transforming into a jumbled mixture of movement and murmur, as if someone, or something, was busy at work in the living room. My heart pounded in my chest, a relentless drumbeat that matched the rhythm of my hurried footsteps. As I approached the living room, I hesitated at the threshold, peering into the dim flicker of the Christmas lights that adorned our modest tree. That's when I saw him, a figure clad in red and white, his back turned towards me as he rummaged through the interior of our fireplace, oblivious to his silent observer. My heart leaped into my throat. Could it truly be Santa? I whispered, almost inaudibly, my voice barely breaking the stillness of the room, as if afraid to disturb the fragile magic of the moment. The figure turned slowly, and as his eyes locked onto mine, I was met with an unsettling gaze that sent shivers down my spine. He wore the familiar attire of the jolly old man we all adored, yet something about him was off. His skin was pallid, his face seemed haggard, and his movements were unnaturally jerky. A forced smile stretched across his lips as he held out a small, elegantly wrapped box. Ho, ho, ho. His voice was eerily smooth, like silk sliding over a blade. I have brought you a gift. Instinctively, I drew back, the throbbing in my chest now a cacophony of warning. Something wasn't right. The warmth and safety I associated with Santa Claus and Christmas magic evaporated in the presence of this stranger. The room seemed to grow colder, the shadows lengthening as if to swallow the light, and I felt a chill run down my spine. Before I could respond, the night took a sinister turn. A thudding sound reverberated through the room as a grotesque shape began to descend from the chimney. I watched in horror as a spindly creature, its skin a mottled gray and its limbs disproportionately long, slithered into the room. Its eyes glowed with a menacing luminescence, and its mouth was a cavern of needle-like teeth. The sight was so surreal, so horrifying, that I could scarcely believe my eyes. It was as if a nightmare had come to life, a terrifying vision that defied explanation. The stranger in red seemed unfazed, but I could see a flicker of fear cross his eyes as the creature approached. In a swift, nightmarish motion, the creature lunged, engulfing him whole with a sickening crunch. The sound echoed in the room, a gruesome symphony that shattered any remaining illusion of safety. I inhaled sharply, frozen in place, my limbs paralyzed with terror. The creature then turned its attention to me, its gaze piercing into my very soul. Return to your slumber, child, it hissed, its voice a cacophony of grinding bones and whispers. Or you'll find your name etched onto the naughty list forever. Numbly, I nodded, my survival instincts kicking in. I stumbled backwards, retreating to the supposed safety of my room. As I burrowed under my covers, the horrifying scene replayed in my mind on an endless loop until, exhausted, I fell into an uneasy sleep. My dreams were plagued with visions of the creature, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light, its voice echoing in the darkness, a constant reminder of the nightmare that had unfolded. The terror of that night clung to me, a shadow that refused to be dispelled by the light of day. When daylight broke and Christmas morning arrived, the house was as it should be, peacefully tranquil, with no trace of last night's horrors. My parents were their usual, merry selves, oblivious to the nightmare I had witnessed. The living room was immaculate, lacking any evidence of a struggle or a visit from the ominous creature. Yet, as I sat among the brightly wrapped presents and the cheerful decorations, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. It was as if the events of the previous night had been nothing more than a figment of my imagination, a dream that had left behind an indelible mark on my soul. As the day wore on and festivities unfolded, I couldn't shake off the dread that lingered in my chest. The storybooks and joyful carols spoke of Santa as a bringer of gifts, but I now understood the darkness lurking behind the myth. The facade of jolly cheer had been stripped away, and I was left with the haunting knowledge of what lay beyond the twinkling lights and wrapped presents. Each laugh, each song, seemed to hold a hidden edge, a reminder of the truth I had uncovered. The joy of the season felt hollow, a fragile veneer that masked the darkness I now knew existed. The holiday season came and went, but the fear never truly left me. Each year, as the nights grew longer and colder, I couldn't help but listen intently for the whispers of the Christmas Eve monster, wondering if it would return and hoping desperately that I wouldn't end up on its dreaded list. The memories of that night lingered, a shadow that stretched across my heart, a reminder that the magic of Christmas held secrets darker than I had ever imagined. The fear was a constant companion, a reminder that the world was not as safe or as simple as I had once believed. Alright, that's the end of today's story. Thank you for joining me on this thrilling journey through the shadows of life and death. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the little bell to get more spine-chilling tales from Whisper of Horror. Remember, every soul has a story, and here, we give them a voice. See you next time. Stay curious, stay cautious, and keep whispering horror.